Yes, I remember the wave. It was one of the most frightening classroom experiences I ever had. It all started when we were studying Nazi Germany. The people selected for extermination by the Nazis were herded into concentration camps located all over Eastern Europe. The life expectancy of prisoners in the camps was only 270 days. They were worked, starved, tortured. And when they couldn't work anymore, they were exterminated in gas chambers. And their remains were disposed of in ovens. In all, the Nazis exterminated over 10 million men, women, and children in these concentration camps. What you just saw took place in Germany between 1934 and 1945. The situation grew out of the aftermath of World War I. Germany had been defeated. Leadership was at a low ebb. Inflation was high. And thousands were homeless, hungry, jobless. And Hitler took advantage of the situation to establish himself and his Third Reich. We all know the rest, the camps, the killings. What resulted was the most efficient death machinery ever devised. Robert, please excuse us if we're boring you. Amy.
Were all Germans Nazis?
No. As a matter of fact, less than 10% of the German population belonged to the Nazi Party.
Then how come nobody tried to stop them?
They said they didn't know what was happening.
Eric, how could you kill 10 million people without somebody noticing?
Yeah, that can't be true.
Well, after the war, the Germans claimed they knew nothing of the concentration camps or the killing. Laurie?
Eric's right. How could the Germans sit back while the Nazis slaughtered people all around them and say that they didn't know anything about it? How could they do that? How could they say that?
That was a very good question, Laurie.
I thought I was hungry.
That film really got to you, huh?
Yeah, it upset me. Doesn't it make you angry?
Laura, it was a long time ago. We can't change what happened.
I know. Still upsets me, though.
Hi, guys. Is it okay if we park, or is this table for leathers only?
Not if we're sitting here.
That's for sure.
Come on.
Have a seat.
Hey, Davey. We're gonna win the big game on Friday, huh?
We better. Coach has been working our tails off. We'll kill him.
Would you forget about football? How about going to a dance? My church is having one tonight.
Sounds great, Amy, but David and I have to study.
You know, if you two don't stop acting like hermits, you're gonna end up like Robert over there.
Hi.
Hi, darling. What's up?
I missed you at the faculty meeting.
What time is it?
Oh, it's okay. I covered for you.
Thanks.
What are you reading that's so fascinating here?
Some terrific stuff here. Look.
Rise and Fall of the Third Reich? Hitler? What, are you cramming for a degree in dictatorship?
Yeah, well, one of my students asked me a question I couldn't answer today.
Oh, welcome to the club.
All right. I'm going to talk to you about discipline. Oh, wait, now hear me out. Now, this can be exciting. Oh, sure. Now, I'm talking to you about power. Power through discipline. Success? Success through discipline. Nobody here wants a taste of power and success? Okay. Here we go. David, Eric, you play football? You know it takes discipline to win. What about ballet dancers? Andrea? You know it takes long, hard hours of work for them to develop their skill. Same goes with painters, working at their craft, scientists. It is all discipline, control, the strength of the will. Well, there's something we can do to experience power through discipline right now. Shall we try? Begins with posture. Amy, come forward, please. Teacher's pet. The proper seating posture will help the concentration, strengthen the will.
Boy, this is stupid.
First, put your feet flat on the floor.
This history that I come to pee by mistake.
Now, place your hands flat across the small of your back and force your spine straight up. Can't you breathe more easily? Relax. Now resume the proper position. Relax. Again. Everybody look how Robert's legs are parallel. His ankles locked. His knees bent at 90 degrees. See how straight his spine is. Chin back, head forward. Very good, Robert. Now, I want you all to get up and walk about the room. And when I give the command, I want you to return to your seats as quickly as possible and assume the proper seating posture. Come on. Up, 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 up. Take your seat. No. Now let's try it again. Now the quieter and more controlled you are, the quicker you'll be able to reach your seats properly. Excellent. Half the time. Now, there are 3 more rules which you must obey. 1, everybody must have pencils and note paper for note-taking. 2, when asking or answering a question, you must stand at the side of your seats. And 3, the first words when answering or asking a question are Mr. Ross. All right? Brad, who was the British Prime Minister before Winston Churchill?
Wasn't it the...
You weren't listening. Remember? Discipline. Robert, show Brad the proper procedure for asking a question.
Mr. Ross.
That's correct. Thank you, Robert. Again, Brad?
Mr. Ross, wasn't it the Prime Minister?
No, too slow. Much too slow. From now on, your answers are to be as short as possible. Now sit down and try it again.
Mr. Ross, Chamberlain.
Now that's the way to answer a question. Punctual, precise. What country did Hitler invade in September of 1939? Andrea.
Mr. Ross, I don't know.
Still a good response, Andrea. Amy.
Mr. Ross, Poland.
Excellent. What was the name of Hitler's political party?
Mr. Ross, the Nazis.
Good, Brian. Very quick. That was the short name. What was the official name? Laurie.
The National Social...
Sit down and do it again.
Mr. Ross, the National Socialist German Workers' Party.
Correct. Peter, who proposed the Lend-Lease Act?
Mr. Ross, Roosevelt.
Right. Who died in the death camps?
Mr. Ross, Jews, gypsies, and homosexuals.
Who ran the death camps?
Mr. Ross, the SS.
Excellent. Tomorrow's assignment is on the board. Class dismissed.
Man, what a rush, huh?
Too bad all my classes aren't like that.
Sure beats taking notes.
That's for sure.
Hey, anybody can get this class to get it together like that is a genius.
Did you ever see anything like that? I was really getting into it. I believe it.
Fantastic.
I can't believe how quickly they accepted that new behavior code. I mean, everyone did it immediately. It was eerie.
Honey, they reacted that way because they were playing a game.
I don't think so.
Well, how else would you explain it?
I don't know. It's as if they wanted to be disciplined.
So, you going on with it tomorrow?
No, I don't think so. I've got the whole Japanese campaign tomorrow. Look at you. What are you feeling? Well, discipline is one thing, but there's something more. It's community. Now, community is that bond between people who work and struggle together. It's building a barn with your neighbors. It's feeling that you're a part of something that's more important than yourself. A movement, a team, a cause. And like discipline, to fully understand community, you have to experience it and participate in it. Now, everyone, repeat our two mottos.
Strength through discipline, strength through community.
Now, we need a symbol for our new community. Something for members of this class only. A wave is a pattern of change. It has movement, direction, and impact. And from now on, we will be known as the wave. And this will be our salute. Robert, what is our motto?
Mr. Ross, strength through discipline, strength through community.
Very good, Robert. Remain standing, please. Now, Peter, Amy, Eric.
Strength through discipline, strength through community.
Now, Brian, Andrea, Laurie. Join them and repeat.
Strength through discipline, strength through community.
Louder.
Strength through discipline, strength through community.
Strength through discipline, strength through community. Strength through discipline, strength through community.
Louder.
Strength through discipline, strength through community. Strength through discipline.
It was incredible. Everybody was saluting and repeating the motto. You couldn't help but get caught up in it.
Ooh.
Paper. You know, really wanting to make it work.
But I don't like it, Laurie. It sounds too much like brainwashing and mob psychology to me.
No, Mom, it's nothing like that. Honest, you just have to be there to feel the positive energy in class to really get what's going on.
I am for whatever will make kids pay attention to anything these days.
And that's really what it's doing. Even Robert Watkins, you know, the class creep, he's even a part of the group now.
But you're supposed to be learning history, not how to be part of a group.
This country was built by people who were part of a group. The Pilgrims, founding fathers.
Yes, but it owes its greatness to those people who weren't afraid to be individuals.
Stop worrying, Mom. Mr. Ross has just found a really great way to get everybody to learn something. Even the slow kids are keeping up.
All right, now that's all very well and good for the slow kids. But it just doesn't sound like the right thing for you, Laurie. Sweetheart, we have raised you to be an individual.
Madge, you think you're taking all this a little too seriously. There's a bit of community spirit. It's terrific for those kids.
That's right, Mom. Haven't you always said I was a little bit too independent?
Look, honey, just remember that the popular thing is not always the right thing.
Mom, you don't understand.
I am sure that Laurie's history teacher knows exactly what he's doing. Besides, as long as the other parents aren't raising any objection, why should we make a fuss?
Because it is dangerous to allow a teacher to manipulate students like that. We've always taught Laurie to think for herself.
And a few days' experiment by a history teacher isn't going to change that.
Mom, Mr. Ross is one of my best teachers. He knows what he's doing.
Where's David tonight? Isn't he coming over?
No, he's at home studying for tomorrow's history assignment.
David? Studying? Now, there's something to worry about.
How's that class experiment going, Dr. Frankenstein? Have they turned on you yet?
Now, quite the contrary. Most of them are actually turning into human beings.
You don't say.
And you wouldn't believe the homework assignments. They do what I give them, and then they do more. They're asking all kinds of questions.
These can't be some of the same kids I have for music.
It's amazing how much more they like you when you make decisions for them.
How far can you push this?
I don't know, but I intend to find out.
Why don't you sit down? Your egg foo young's gonna get cold.
You know, the funny thing is, I feel myself getting caught up in it. It's contagious.
Becoming a guinea pig in your own experiment, huh?
What do you care what your mom says?
I didn't say I agreed with her.
Well, you didn't say you disagreed with her either.
Listen, I was just telling you what she said.
How does she know? She can't possibly understand what the wave's about unless she's been here to see it work. Parents always think they know everything.
Hey! Who was that?
I don't know. He's not in our history class.
Now, you all have membership cards. If you turn them over, you will find that some of them have been marked with a red X. If you got a red X, you are to be monitors and will report directly to me any members who don't obey our rules. Discipline and community are meaningless without action. Now, discipline gives you the right to action. A disciplined group with a goal can take action action like a well-oiled machine. Now, through hard work and allegiance to each other, you will learn faster and accomplish more. But only if you support one another, and only if you work together and obey the rules, can you ensure the success of the wave. Now, you are all to actively recruit new members. Each new member must demonstrate knowledge of our rules and pledge strict obedience to them.
Mr. Ross, for the first time I feel like I'm part of something great.
Mr. Ross, this is like being born again.
Mr. Ross, I feel the same way.
Mr. Ross, I'm proud of the wave.
I'm not going.
Why not?
Because I don't want to.
Laura, this is a very important meeting. All the new members are going to be there.
So what? David, don't you think you're taking this whole thing a little bit too seriously?
No, I'm not. You're not taking it seriously enough. Look, Laura, you've always been a leader. The other kids, they've always looked up to you. You've got to be at that meeting.
That's exactly why I'm not going. Let them make up their own minds about the wave. They're individuals.
I don't understand.
I can't believe how crazy everybody's gotten. David, the wave is taking over everything.
Sure, because the wave makes sense, Laurie. It works. Everybody's on the same team. Everybody's equal.
Oh, that's terrific. Do we all score a touchdown?
You know, you're just against this thing because you're not special anymore. Because you're not the best student in the class now.
That's not true, and you know it.
I think it is true. Now you know how the rest of us felt listening to you and Amy always giving the right answers.
David, you're being stupid.
All right. If I'm so stupid, why don't you go find yourself a smart boyfriend?